Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, so here's the thing that I see on social media a lot. And before I get into today's episode, I just want to make it clear I am not a cook. I am not a Gordon Ramsay. I'm not a, what's that guy's name? Guy Fieri, I think that's his name. What are some other cooks out there? Famous cooks. I'm not a cook. All right. I get me like some pre-made food. I heat it up. I eat on it. I'm good. For whenever I get hungry. So until the next time I get hungry. But anyways, no. What I wanted to overall talk on is people that are on social media. Like, this is honestly a trend, I think, but like, people will have uncooked looking food and then claim that they done threw down in the kitchen, or they've done something with their food, like they've accomplished something. And I'm like, that's not an accomplishment. I don't know what that is, but it's something that it's overall bad. All right. And who am I to be a critic to a person's food? But my thing is this, like, me personally, I feel like that there are foods in this world that needs to be cooked fully, okay? Not partially, not somewhat, not a little bit, not none of that. It needs to be cooked fully. So when I see people online, like there's this one girl that just recently was trending, and she's known, I guess, for eating like raw food. See, it's stuff like that where it's like, bruh, like, I think that's gonna be the podcast episode, is food should not be mistreated, okay? And that is mistreatment. You should not be out here eating raw food. And I will look. I just seen, that's the whole reason why I'm even doing this episode in the first place, is because there's a friend of mine. She shared a video. Yeah, it was a video. It was like a TikTok video of this woman, and it was like the food it had like seasoning on it. It looked like it was like some chicken or something. It had flour, but like, it didn't look right. It was, I don't know if it was like before the cooking process, but like, I think they were recording like after the fact that they thought that they cooked it. I'm like, fam, no. I'm telling you right now, like, there's gonna be a lot of sick people in this world out here eating uncooked food and stuff. Like, food should not be ever in life. But it don't, like, at the end of the day, it don't really surprise me that people are doing that, because you had TV shows out there like My Strange Addiction. That is clearly what that is a case of. People, and my thing is this, like, there probably are people in this world that, they don't mind eating raw food. Like, there's some foods that, because I know, I don't eat seafood. I don't eat no types of, like, fish food, any of that stuff. But I know people eat sushi. And I think that that's, like, raw and all that stuff. But, like, there's a process of making it good. I feel like when you just straight just eat it, like, from wherever it came from and stuff, I'm like, it's kind of like milk, for an example. Like, there's a process into getting it into that sushi form. Like, you don't just eat stuff like straight from wherever it came from. Like, you gotta do. But there are people in this world that will, like, they will do that, and I'm like, fam, it's just, it trips me out, man. It really, it trips me out. But no, like, I definitely got some food stories for you guys. Like, there was the time, I ain't gonna say who, but there was the time where I had food from another person, and it was crazy because it was like later on that night. I remember I was watching, it was, I think, what episode of Walking Dead was it? I think, no, Abraham was alive. So there was an episode of Walking Dead where it was both Abraham and Eugene, and they were in this, like, I think this factory place, but they were arguing with each other. Whatever episode of Walking Dead that was, I had to actually rewatch that episode, because whatever food or whatever they put in that food that I ate, it messed my stomach up. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, there are some foods in this world that will really mess you up. And it wasn't that, I don't think I had like an allergic reaction, or it was like I had, like, or any form of reaction to it. Like, I just honestly thought that person had miscooked that food. So that's why I'm like, nah, like it's gonna be on like days where like, it's the off season of Walking Dead, because I'm like, I can't go through that and then trying to watch a show. But it was like that process of like trying to wait until the next commercial break, or hold, and I'm like, nah, can't do that. I can't do that. It was right then and there. It's like, if you don't go to that bathroom in the next 10 seconds, this seat that you sitting in is gonna be your new bathroom. It's like, you better go. And yeah, man, I'm like, there's at times where it's like that, and then there's at times like, speaking of like, if we're gonna be talking food, we're gonna have to talk on school food. We're gonna definitely have to talk on that. I think I did talk on that at one point in time. I might have done a whole podcast episode talking about it. But no, I remember when I was in elementary, it seemed like the food quality, and maybe it was because it was in two different like cities out here. But I know for sure, like the school that I went to and when I was in elementary, that food was solid. That food was good. Like, I can eat, like, bro, I'm telling you, I remember that they had these hot dogs that, oh my god, when it was hot dog day, bro, the hot dogs at my old elementary school slapped, okay? That was the one time when school food, in my opinion, was solid. Like, it was good. I don't know who they had back there making that food, but they were doing their thing, all right? So anyways, fast forward, I'm now in high school. Whoever it was obviously was letting everybody know, for the next 4 years, you guys are not getting any good food. It got to the point where we had to like go to another section of the school to get food. Like, they had like two little areas. So they had the lunchroom area, of course, and then they had the smaller area where you get like these other different types of foods. And I had to go to the smaller area where it was like the food was getting ordered in from like a different restaurant, because like I think overall they knew that the legitimate like school lunch, like from being made from the lunchroom ladies, it was not good food, bro. You should not be able to take like cheese off of a pizza and it's like all still intact. Like, the cheese was pretty much cardboard, bro. It was flavored cardboard. That's not good, man. That is not good. And I'm like, bro, that was some like scary stuff, like eating that at times, because I'm like, this is so horrible. And then the one thing that I didn't like was that, so I remember I had stopped getting like that food. So they had actually like 3 different areas. So they had where you got the hot food, the deli area, and then the area where they got the like the food that came in, like it was like some ordered stuff. So I remember I kind of like transitioned, at first I was getting the school lunch, but I was like, no, this is disgusting. I'm gonna start getting the deli sandwiches. And then out of nowhere, so they had like different bread options. It was kind of like a miniature size Subway. So they had like different bread options, and I think one was the one that I would always get was just plain old white bread. So I just get plain old white bread, get some turkey ham slapped up on there, give me a chocolate milk, because they stopped selling sugared sodas and all those, the good drinks pretty much. So yeah, only thing that I had there was chocolate milk. Like, I don't know how I survived at my school, bro. I really don't. Like, all them two, like my middle school and my middle school, the middle school food was solid. It was okay, but it was actually good. Like, I remember the pizza being good and stuff, but then it seemed like as the time went on, like the quality just got worse and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what you guys is trying to like you want us to eat healthy, but you're giving us food like this. I'm like, you might as well just have it where it's like some salad stuff. Like, nothing that y'all gotta like, just put like limited cooking and what, cause you guys is either overcooking the food or it ain't being cooked properly. So it's like, it's a food that's just overall being mistreated. But so anyways, back on the deli area. So they decided to switch out all the different bread options, just the wheat bread. And that just having like wheat bread, like cause I think I've had it before, but like you're expecting something else, but then when you try it, you're like, why? Like, what was wrong with the bread prior before? Why all of a sudden, why do you guys think like what's good for a kid and what's not good for a kid? Like, bruh, if I want to eat me some white bread, let me have that option. Like, it was crazy. But but it's like you had all these other like different, like they have all these other different, foods and things that was unhealthy, and I'm like, it just didn't make any sense to me where it's like they had like selective healthiness, at my school. But anyways, so then yeah, that's when I started getting like these cheesy bread things from like that ordered food area, and man, that cheesy bread, that was like the grand finale. It was honestly kind of like a fireworks show. Like it started off good, then there was like that one part where it's like, nah, that was alright. Then there was the grand finale. Yeah, that cheesy bread was definitely the grand finale. Like that cheesy bread was good. It was actually, I think I've said that before, that after I had graduated high school, that I had $3 because that's how much it cost. I had $3. I was really about to go up to my school after I've graduated with my backpack, blend in with the kids, because I'm pretty sure there ain't gonna be teachers there paying attention and stuff. I don't think all the teachers, no, I know for a fact all the teachers didn't show up to my graduation, and I didn't know all those teachers like that. So I'm 100, unless it was a teacher that was really paying attention and they was all like, hey, wait a second, like, you started at this time, and you still, what's going on? I probably would have, I just honestly lied and just been like, oh, I was held back. I was like, I'm still here, doing some other classes and stuff, if it came down to it. But no, so the issue is that they didn't have it. They stopped selling it. And I'm like, bro, what do you guys got? Like, oxygen, and not even, like, I'm trying to think, like, what could they drink but not drink at the same, an imaginary H2O? Like, I'm saying, like, what do you guys honestly have? Like, the food, I'm curious to see, like, what the food is like at my old high school. Like, since then, they've changed it, so they like tore down the whole high school, and now it's like it's like an indoor school. But I'm like, what did y'all do with the lunch? Like, I'm kind of curious. Like, I'm curious to just see what they got going on there and stuff, because I'm like, man, if it was anything like how it was when I was in school, I'm like, oh, I know that food. If the quality declined that much while I was there, bro, it's probably worse than prison food. If not, it's probably on the same level as prison food. But yeah, definitely schools, they be mistreating foods. Oh, and then I'm like, if you guys really want to see like some food getting mistreated, watch you some Gordon Ramsay. Actually, no, watch the Kitchen Nightmares, because there's the one where Kitchen Nightmares is when he goes to other people's restaurants. And then there was the hotel one. But yeah, Kitchen Nightmares is the one where it's like those people, oh my god. Like, the amount of times, like, people have just, like, messed up the food on that show, and they've given him things that's just not good. And I'm like, you watch enough of that show, then you just kind of, like, pick up on that stuff and, what quality food should be like, or good quality food should be like. But man, I'm telling you, like, there's foods out there. Oh, and then there's when, I remember I used to eat these, Tyson chicken strips, and then out of nowhere, they just changed the ingredient to where it wasn't even good anymore. And I'm like, who asked for this? Who asked if this is what extra crispy tastes like? We didn't need the extra. We did not need the extra at all. Whatever you guys was doing prior beforehand, that's what it needs to. Because it honestly, it tasted like if you had like deep fried some like wood or something. Like, it is like edible wood. Like, it's not gonna be good. But at the same time, it's like, it's just something that's like, it's edible, but it wasn't meant to be edible. Like, you gain some health benefits from it, but at the same time, it's like, it's not going to be good. Like, honestly, it's stuff like that I'm all like, bro, if that's what food is going to be like, it's like, what else? I'm thinking, I'm all like, if there's like other options out there where it just does not change, I'm like, okay, cool. If I gotta grow my own food, okay, cool. If I gotta make my, like, whatever it is, because I'm like, bruh, whoever is behind these food changes and all this stuff, I'm like, you guys need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop, because the mistreatment that goes on with the, like, amongst the food community, it's crazy. It honestly is some crazy stuff. I'm like, it trips me out, like, how people, they will, it'll start off good, and they might have, like for an example, like them Gordon Ramsay people, them people that be on Gordon Ramsay show Kitchen Nightmares. Like, they probably had, like, a few good food experience, or here's what I honestly think. I think they had made a dish for somebody. They told them that it was good, but they probably was just only saying that so they wouldn't hurt their feelings. Then they saved up all this money, opened up the restaurant, They had maybe a few people come in there and say, "Oh yeah, it's okay, it's good, I like it." Then Gordon Ramsay came through, changed the whole game. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, people, like, before you start doing some things to food, make sure you are doing it correctly. This is coming from somebody. This is coming from a consumer. All right, I'm a person that likes. I'm a person that eats. All right. So I'm like, yeah, who am I to give out cooking advice to people out there? And I'm not going to cook myself. And I'm like, I would like to imagine that the day I do decide to start cooking up foods and stuff, then I'm going to make sure that it's at a good quality. If I got to follow some recipe books, if I got to, go above and beyond and make sure of it, that I do my best. I'm sorry, but I'm like, I just can't be that person where I give out some bad quality food and stuff. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.